question is anybody awake? Everybody decided to stay up late last night and sleep in today. Is that the case? Or are there some people around? It's early, so I figured I'd find out. Eagle Scout, you're up. I was wondering, is anybody awake? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I figured I'd jump on for a sec here. Night's Edge goes on at 9:30, so I figured I have time before he jumps on. But actually, he won't go on till like 9:45. But yeah, what are you up to this morning? Drinking my coffee, trying to figure out what I'm doing for the day. I have stuff. I have projects. I have things. Clint, good morning. Got some coffee? I got my double fist morning action as per usual. I did not get, what's up, Jeff? Did not get my Kaiser package yet. And I'm not bitter or upset with anyone, but you know what I mean. You're wanting that package to show up. It's 2 of the new knives just released on the 25th. The Shot, which is a cool looking smaller knife that kind of has a greenish coppery aluminum. It's aluminum, but it looks like green copper handle. And then I also got the, yeah, that one is a CEO knife. Nathia Shiro, the one I'm talking about. I'm supposed to be getting in the mail today. And then I also got the Hawk. The new Hawk that's full DLC, or it's DLC blade at least. And then it's got the new Snap Echo technology on the Kaiser. Just came out. People just were able to order them, so they're starting to arrive. I unfortunately have not received mine yet. I'm hoping I'll get it today. Aries EDC Live 24/7. Aries, you're doing that too, though, I've noticed. I go on, and half the time I'm like, oh, look, Aries was just on like 10 minutes ago. I just got up. I got things I'm going to do today, but I know that TKE goes on at 9:30. 9:40, 9:50 maybe. We'll see what he goes on today. But I just wanted to jump on, do a couple things. And yeah, my live yesterday was ridiculous. If you were on the live yesterday, I had 21,000 views and I got like 160 subscribers from that live. So that was kind of neat. Mike's Knives, good morning. Good morning. I was wondering, I was like, it's 8 o'clock. It's early, but it's not early. I've been up for over an hour. I tend to just wake up. I work at 7 in the 7 to 8 kind of range during the week. So I basically, on my day off, I'll still go to bed late and I'll end up waking it up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. The body clock goes off. It's like, hey, you gotta pee. I had one of those dreams where it's like you're just trying to find a place to go to the bathroom and you find a spot and then all of a sudden like 10 people walk in. You're like, ah. And it's not like 10 people walking into a bathroom. It's like you're trying to find a place to pee. It's not a bathroom. So you're like, ooh, I'll just go in this corner. It's a dream. This is a dream. And all of a sudden a whole group of business clients or something from somewhere come walking in and you're like, hi, what's up? And then now you're trying to find another place to pee, and then I woke up and it's like, oh, I gotta pee. And it's my natural brain telling me, hey, don't. I stand. What's up? Can you focus? Well, I know some people, find me attractive. That's good for you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I tell you. Yeah, he could think whatever he wants. That's fine. Enjoy the view. Please enjoy. So who's ordered? What did we order? It's the time of the sales. Kaiser's got some really good sales. Kubi's had some good ones. Man, everybody's got a sale somewhere. What's everyone picking up? What was something that you just ordered? I actually made an order per request from some people. Funny enough, I don't have one, which I just should. And I didn't get an awesome one, but we'll see. A lot of people in the chat have been requesting, they're all like, Rambo knife. You got that Rambo knife? Let me see the Rambo knife. Rambo knife? So I ordered a Rambo knife. It should be here tomorrow. I actually ordered a kind of an interesting looking Bowie knife too, with like a stag bone handle, and it's like a almost 11-inch blade. So a couple new things coming, nothing crazy. What's up, Sudesh? How are you this morning? Wyoming, I have a Chop 2 coming tomorrow. Have to wear a medical thong? Is that a thing? A medical thong? Where am I from? I'm from Minnesota. Good old central Midwest. Northern central Midwest. Good old Minnesota. It is cold out there. It was freezing yesterday. It was like 12 degrees all day. We are forming ice. I have one case knife. Sick as deer nuts on a doorknob. This is the Sodbuster Junior. Not huge into slip joints. But I do want to get some more. I was on SMKW yesterday looking at some stuff and kind of looked at some of their case knives. I am interested in checking them out. I want to try something from every company, unless I get a company that has junk and I don't, well, depends on the type of junk. If I order it, I know it's going to be junk, like this, the TAC Force bomb. I mean, I knew that was junk when I ordered it, so it's like, but it was also $8, so yeah. But I do want to try out some more case knives. I'm always interested in just companies that I don't have a lot of things with, and if people like them, then I definitely want to know, why do people like them? I should check a couple of them out. This little Sodbuster Junior is nice, though. It's got that Delron yellow handle. I might be able to do a scrimshaw on that. We'll see. You ship these to the UK? Maybe. I have shipped to a few places, Canada, and where was that I shipped to? I shipped to somewhere in Europe. It's not always, because you got to pay attention to, what are the laws? I don't know the laws everywhere. I don't want to send something somewhere that's not legal in that location. And then I had one that I shipped to Canada that ended up, luckily, it came back. But they tore it open, rejected it. I don't know. I called it a pocket knife or whatever, and they didn't like that. And so someone saw it, ripped into it, and I ended up getting the package back, which is great because it was a giveaway for like 5,000 milestone or something like that. And I talked to the person at the post office. I'm like, okay, so I got this back. What do I do? And they said, well, okay, we're going to try something different. And so I ended up shipping it different. I did it with a tracking number to Canada, which I didn't know. Like, the person I talked to the first time said I couldn't do that, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Now I shipped it with tracking, and then I actually took it apart. And so you got the knife handle, the blade's completely separate, and then I put in, they were like, oh, call it a multi-tool. And so I ended up grabbing like a junk multi-tool that I had that was kind of broken, took a piece off of it, stuck that piece in there too. So it's like a handle, a multi-tool piece, a blade, another little piece or whatever, and wrapped up all separately in the package, and then I sent it with tracking. And so the person who helped me at the post office said that should work. And sometimes you just get some crazies where if you call it a knife and then they're in the right mood that day in Canada and they just want to just whatever, and so they're just going to cut it open and say, oh, this is no, and I'm hoping that it gets there. What's up, Kathleen? I found those cubes. Kathleen, it's crazy. I have way more extra cubes than I realized I did. I've got a bunch. But I did buy several from a company one time just to have some backups. And then I got a few just for this exact kind of thing, where I see someone, I've got a couple in my car right now even too. I forgot they were in my glove box, but it's like if I'm somewhere and we're doing something, it's like, oh, I can grab one of those cubes, we can mess around. And then if someone's definitely interested in it, then I can just be like, here you go, keep it, you know? And just getting people interested in these, I think is great. And so when you had that, you sparked that interest, I was going to give you the website, but I've got some, so we'll get that out to you soon. I'll throw a magnet and one of the pins and some stickers in there too for you, Kathleen. So, first time here, anybody, what's the best fish fillet knife, says Tree Rogie. Everybody has personal taste, so what works good for one might not be the same for other. Me personally, give me a second here. This is my favorite fillet knife. This is the standard Rapala Superflex, I think it's called. Yeah, Superflex. So it's a nice flexy blade. It's a shorter blade, but I prefer when I clean fish, this is my deal. Because I've got that fillet, and most of the time, I'm in there like this. I'm not way in there like that. So I'm doing, grab a little piece of my skin from that point. Gotta be careful. But I like to go in there, and then as I'm going, I follow the bones and kind of work it like this. So to me, I prefer the control of that shorter blade. Some people really like the longer one, but the Rapala, the same thing with the longer blade with the Superflex to it. You can just get in there. You can feel it riding the bones really nice. I love the handle on these. They just work great. I've had a couple of them. I had one, and it dropped off a table and broke off a little piece of the tip. Otherwise, I'd had it for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Standard Rapala. Yeah, this is the Rapala, what is it called? Superflex. These are only 20, 25 bucks. This one does look new. It doesn't look like I use it much. Like I said, I dropped my other one, broke the tip off. And since 90% of my cuts when I'm cleaning a fish are using this section right here with that squared off tip, it was like I was going to be reprofiling the shape. So I just bought a new one. So this one's pretty fresh, but I'm excited to use it this year. No doubt. They were good. Wyoming likes them as well. I did win one. Oh, it's right up here. I was showing this off. Last year at our big fishing trip, we had a largest fish. I won the largest fish with a nice walleye. And so this was the iChef. Kind of a fancy one. So this, one of my buddies, Tommy, bought this one to use it as prize for whoever got the biggest fish for the trip, and I won. So see, this one's got a nice long blade to it. Some people really love getting in there and using the blades like this. They're great. I cleaned a couple of walleyes and I guess I didn't clean the pike, but a couple walleyes, a couple crappies, and bluegills. Daniel doesn't speak English. I apologize. It's all I've got. I took German in high school, but I was too busy flirting with the girl in my class, so I didn't really learn. I like my old Camillus for walleye. Someone I was talking to yesterday said that they had a Camillus fillet knife that they use. I did get this Gerber one that I thought would be interesting that has a weird top where your thumb sits. Is it actually? It might actually be in here. Give me a sec. I got knives everywhere. Maybe not. Maybe so. It is not. Where did I put that? I wonder. Oh, I was trying to find that too, man. I tell you, sometimes you put things places and then you misplace them. Got this little kitchen knife. This is a total sidetrack, but a little Japanese kitchen knife. Got that nice little bamboo sheath. This is great for cutting fruit, stuff like that. I used it. And then I brought it out for like a video and then chucked it in that box accidentally with a few fillet knives and stuff. And I was trying to find this. I needed it in the kitchen a week ago. What is the brand of this? I can't remember. There it is. Made in Japan, stainless. I got this on Blade HQ. probably over a year ago. It's just a nice little inexpensive knife for cutting an apple or something like that. Ikamela, best skinning knife. Not that I wouldn't, I would like to, but I don't really hunt. I do think that something like this, my buddy, brother-in-law actually just got a deer, but something like that. This is the Kaiser Urban Bowie, something that's got a nice sharp blade. This 154 cm thin, but that belly, so you can get in there and kind of really do these kind of sweep moves. So something that's got a curve on the belly like that. Again, I haven't done it myself. I would like to one of these days. Use your teeth. Don't use your teeth. And don't use your knife to pry. Get a pry bar like this. What are we on? I can't remember. It's like day 7, 6 or 7. I got the Alt Pry bar from Artform. They're going out of business. Do I need a pry bar? Am I going to use it? Well, we're doing a test. I wouldn't use my knife to pry anything. So in a case where I would have to and all I had was my knife, I would not use my knife. So I was like, okay, well, let's try. What's up, Ron Dobbins? B. Shady. Gons. Good morning, everybody. So I was like, I wonder, if I would ever use this pry bar. So I'm doing a test, basically. I have the pry bar. Here it is. Would work great for a screwdriver in a pinch, prying something off. They say you can open a box or package with that because that edge isn't like razor sharp, but you can get in there and cut open a box easily with it in a place where you wouldn't need a knife or wouldn't be able to have a knife. So nice titanium piece. I'm going to carry it every day, and I'm doing a countdown, and it's going to be how long do I go before I actually use it, or if I ever do. Will I make it 100 days and not need to use it? And if that's the case, do I not need to carry it? Or it'll be that one time we're in that weird situation where it's the middle of the winter and you're by yourself and you're in a car accident and it flips over and now you're kind of pinned in something and the only thing that can save your life is you got to pry these two pieces of metal apart. There's a heavy staple and it has to be removed. What do you do? I'm not going to ruin the tip of my knife. I got a pry bar. Anybody else carry a pry bar daily? Anybody carry a flashlight daily? I've considered doing it, but it's kind of a, is it necessary? Where is my little one? I have this flashlight right here, this nice little Olight. It's like the size of a AA or a AAA battery, but it's bright. For just a small little light, it's just tiny. And so I could put this like in my side pocket and my fifth pocket drops down at the bottom. And it's just so little, it sits in there and you don't even really know. So something like that, I could just drop that in there and call it a day. I do carry a toothpick. I found these, I gave one to my dad. I think it's kind of cool. It's titanium, little screw off, little titanium toothpick. Never know. And there's that time where you're just like, got a seed. Can't get that seed out of my tooth, And then you're like, oh. Ta-da. Got locked out of my car at 3 a.m. and broke in the sunroof with a Benchmade. Had to undo 2 screws and took forever. Use your phone light. Yeah, I've used my phone light several times, but it just always disappoints. There's something about it. I have a good phone. I have the new Galaxy Ultra. It works great, but the flashlight is just kind of annoying, and then it's like the back, you want to shut down the back so it's not shining light in your eyes, so it's just shining the light down. Then you got to open it back up to turn it back off. Just kind of annoying, but I haven't been carrying a flashlight either. Ron Dobbins carrying a Vero, Axon, Jack Wolf, Benny, red carbon fiber, titanium pry bar key set today. There you go. Brian Dixon carries a knife, flashlight, and a pry bar. Kathleen carries flashlights daily. What kind of flashlight do you daily carry, Kathleen? Voluma EDC Mini Light, 800 lumens, high power. Broke the tip, sent it to Life Sharp. They reprofiled it. Show us the Reate knives, please. These bad boys right here. Safety off. Boom. Double edged. Look at this bad boy. Look at this action. Boom. Right? Oh, these are sweet. These are on loan from the Mikey Trails collection. That little lock is great. Some of the older ones didn't have a lock on it, but that lock is fantastic. Now you can have it open, do some work with it, unlock it, close it, lock it back up, and be able to drop that in your pocket without really worrying about it. These are sweet though. Just the weight, the action, the sound. Very fidgety and fun. The smaller one, whoa, that is not locked. See, there you go. The smaller one I almost like more in a way. I don't know. Right? Just clean. This one, he really did it. This one is probably one of the most expensive of this version with that zirconia inlay on there. And then what is the blade on this one? CPM 3V. And I think the larger one is an LMAX blade. And I'm knocking over my board. Ow. But yeah, these are pretty rad. Even the one, if you're looking for a budget, get the one with the razor blade on it. I don't know if it makes me super happy, but the fidgety fun of it is nice. It does have that lock on there as well. I like the aluminum with the anodized kind of coating, and then that little frag, that angled frag section there, the little lock. And if you're cutting wires, stripping wires, doing some crazy construction where you're making a lot of cuts and making it dull really fast, try that one out. And if you can't afford those Reates, you can get yourself the Trezin. These are like 20 bucks. Got the same kind of action, right? They are cool. And so if you just need that fidget table fun, but you don't have the, what are these, 300 bucks, something like that, maybe you can try out one of those. But there are knockoffs, and I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I don't promote the knockoffs. You go to Amazon right now, and you can find one of these that looks exactly like this for like 45 bucks, and that is a full knockoff. I don't support that. If you can buy one of these, you should not give money to someone else who stole that idea. If you made something and spent your hard time making it, and then start selling it, and then all of a sudden someone just copied it, knocked it off, and is now selling the exact same thing, only crappier version, you know, you would kind of not be happy about it, right? And so if it's something that's not available anymore, it went out of stock, they went out of business years ago, they don't make them in 10 years, then sure, someone else could make something because that's the only option. But if you can still go out and buy one of these, then I wouldn't really say it's cool to buy something that is literally exact same design. I mean, they're just basically stealing the model and then remaking it themselves. Don't buy those. But you want to buy weird little tiny little things like this, the albatross. Look at that. Kind of a cheaper Damascus, nice little piece of wood, but who doesn't want a tiny little cleaver in their life? Right? I love it. I love it. Kathleen's still struggling with the eyes a bit, back to doing most of the activities, going on the kayak in a bit, just waiting for it to warm up. What's the temperature there? We are looking at a 12 degrees of cold right now. Yeah, Ron, I think it's 12. Doesn't look like any wind and the sun is out, so it seems like it looks pleasant outside, but then you step out and you're like, oh, it's cold. Wyoming likes cleavers too, for sure. Especially mini, little teeny cleavers. I mean, is this a functioning, usable knife? Yeah. The thumb sits in there. I could cut and open packages, and you know, if someone's like, oh, anybody have a knife, and you're at a party and you're like, oh yeah, here you go. They're going to be like, what is that? What are you doing? You know, why would you want to be like, oh yeah, here, I've got just the standard issue pyrite. Sure, that's great. But when you can like pull out something crazy like that, you know, some days I like to carry the folding hatchet, you know, just to be like, hey, oh, anybody got a hatchet? I need to chop some wood. Like, sure, hold on. I got one in my pocket. Look at this walk and talk. And there is a blade on there. If you can get to it, there is a slight hot spot when you grab the handle. Kind of see that hot spot right there. Just a little hot, you know, a little hot. But you can do some work with that knife. Or, I keep saying to do on a field test with this, and I never have. And days go by. I've got so many projects, so many video ideas and stuff. I'm like, I see a squirrel, and then I head that way, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. We will get to it soon. Forgot about this the gin knife. Whoa. Absolute epic fail right off the start. The little gin kit. This is the Rhino. Tiny little button lock. But what a cool little, it's a 9CR18 MOV, and you buy it in a kit, so you have to put it together. You open it up and it's all in parts. It is a button lock, so button locks with springs sometimes can get a little tricky when you're doing a build. If you haven't done one before, you gotta be careful with that spring. Got a nice front flipper. You can use it as a top flipper. You can use it as a button lock to open it, flip it out. And it's just that tiny little knife with that good choke up spot to get a full grip on there. That little harpoon out at the end. Sorry, had to drool. Aries sent you final picks. Oh, dude, what a fun. What a fun. That's the other part about buying a knife that he hasn't actually made yet. You get to kind of watch the process and watch it go and see him develop it. It's very cool. One of these days, I'll get me an Aries knife. If you haven't, go check out Aries EDC. Make some really cool stuff. You can watch them make it, like Be Shady. What was that, yesterday morning? He was finishing it up. Was that the same one, that purple handled one? But if you're looking for a little kit, or you got someone who wants to learn about knives and want to make one, you can buy this little kit for pretty cheap. And it's 9CR18 MOV. The action is nice. It was a fun little build. Oh, cut my knuckle. Boom. And it is a jade handle, so I dyed it orange right before I put it together. I took it out and I'm like, oh, let's do this. And I was like, wait, it's a part. Let's do a quick build. Boom. It's fun though, for just a little tiny little one. I dig it. Absolutely, Aries. Like and subscribe. Go watch some of his videos. I would love to get in it. If I was in closer to Aries, I would be hitting him up to, I want to apprentice. I want to hang out. I want to watch. Let me join in. It looks super fun. I want to build or make, whether it's stock removal or I meet up and forge something with somebody. There's a class I can forge a knife around here. A little expensive, but I'm considering doing it. Hit the like. Ron Dobbins says, hit that thumbs up, everybody. 147 of us in here. We got a nice little crowd. 19 thumbs up. Are we having a good time? Having a good morning? Do you like Mountain Dew? I don't have any Mountain Dew. Do you like coffee? Red Bull? They don't taste that great together. So it's like you pick one. So now I'll hang out for a second. Kenman, 78 more subs. Dropping that 3 prize giveaway video. Jimmy Crow knife is screaming to be given away. Mikey's Knives is here. So for those of you who haven't checked out Mikey's Knives, he's trying to get 78 more subs. He's going to be doing a giveaway. If you're interested in that, he's got some interesting fun content talking about knives. Up and coming channel. Go check out Mike's Knives and give him a like. Watch a couple of the videos. find out when he's going to be doing the giveaway. Jimmy Crow is an amazing person of the community. He does some custom work. He offers up his custom work to many of the people in the community to do giveaways and stuff. He's a great guy. I've given several of them. Right, foraging is definitely next level compared to stock removal. I'd be glad to do stock removal. That looks just as fun, just as rewarding. Foraging would be cool. One of the classes that they offer is the one where you actually start with a railroad spike. So it's like, here's your railroad spike, and at the end you have a kitchen knife that you made out of the railroad spike. That sounds kind of fun. But it's different. You're going to be pounding. You're going to be doing stuff. I've seen people do it, and they hit a little piece of metal pops up, burns their hand. Yeah, that will probably be me. I got something in my eye. It's my finger. What did everybody else picking up? I'm trying to find some something to order. I ordered a couple. I'm kind of on a budget right now. There was a knife. I can't remember that a few people got, and I was trying to look it up. I can't remember the name of it. It might have been... I just wish I could remember the name. I think it was maybe a Kubi, but someone else had recommended it. Someone else was like, ooh, thanks for recommending that. I'm going to pick it up. If anyone can think of a cool newer knife from one of the standard companies, maybe Kubi. Hope everyone in the chat has a great day. The sun is shining. It's all good. Where does Aries live south? Nice and warm location. Yeah, it's cold where I'm at too, Derek. Derek, we need to talk. I keep forgetting you wanted me to message you or something. Give me an idea what your, this last week has been, I still need to mail out those coins. I need to mail out a couple prizes. I need to send Lanyard Man some knives back. I realized that I thought I shipped him his Vero back that I did the Ano on, and I realized I hadn't. I'm a mess right now. Do you like Fred Perrin designs? I'm not picturing one right offhand. It was not the Supercell, Kathleen. The name, it was like one of those simple names. But it was kind of just like one of those goofy names like Moyarl or, where it doesn't really mean, it's just kind of a word that kind of sounds interesting, perfect for like the name of a knife. I know a couple of the regulars picked one up. Someone recommended it. That's why I keep thinking it was a Kubi. Is that a poop knife? Question is Tracy Tassie, how did you know that this is a poop knife? That's the question. How'd you know? You had to ask, sure, but you also knew in your brain. Don't worry, it's dishwasher safe. Never cut a turd. But that is definitely the original poop knife. Why would you not? They're cool. It's got a steel core. Are you a Hubba Bubba man or more of a big league chew kind of dude? I would celebrate both, but I think I'm probably more of the old school Hubba Bubba. Bubblicious. The Hubba Bubba or the Bubblicious where it was in the little rectangle, like the little bale. Would you call that like a little hay bale? Square, not the sticks. The actual chunk. What's up, Robo? Who is this crazy guy? This is just another channel. I don't know, but he has a lot of Matchbox cars. Oh, wait. Those aren't cars. They're really cool, fun knives. Look at that thing. Really nice, clean Civivi. Good drop. Flicks out nice. Look at that satin finish. what in the heck is the name of this one? Cachet, I think. Civivi Cachet. Got a frag texture, and if you look inside each square, there's a bunch of other squares. Very cool. It's got a nice texture to it. Issue is it's kind of a pocket damager, where it's just got enough texture that when that clip rubs against that spot, it feels great, but it kind of tears into that pocket just a little bit. But man, I did the dye on that, went from white to the red. I love the way it complements with these kind of brushed bolster edges. Very cool knife. What is that? This one? Civivi Cachet. I think you can still get these. It's a nice knife, nice little bolster kind of lock. Flicks out easy with that fuller, but it also has a flipper tab on the back. Nice little pile of jimps right there. Good, clean, kind of simple knife. Have you tried the Kaiser Mini Roach? Yes. There it is, and it reminds me of this one. That right there. The neat thing about the Mini Roach is you see this little nub right there, that little slot, that's where the flipper tab was. You can do a flipper delete with that. So it has a flipper tab right there. You can leave it on or you can take it off. Mini Roach is a nice smaller one. Got that great choke up. Really good feel in the hand. Nice and cutty. That point is in a good spot for getting in and doing some work. And I went flipper delete version. I dig it. And it reminds me of, let's kind of do it. Come on. Did. Okay. There is no fuller to flip that out, but you can if you want. This is the Mini October. They had the full-size titanium October that was on a really good price, but it kind of went out of stock really fast because I think it's 150, 160, and they had it for 80. Like, you can't beat that. Civivi's coming out with another Snex design super lock with a sweet looking sheep's foot blade. That sounds great. I'm interested in that, Ghost Keeper. Any serrated Kershaw leaks? No. I do have the Kershaw, something similar. What is this? Is this the Chive, I think? Fingerboarding, just stopping in for a minute to say hi. How's everyone doing? We're excellent. That actually, I broke the tip on that 15 plus years ago and kind of reprofiled it, changed the shape just a little bit, kind of gave it a point. This is the Scallion. I know there's the Chive, the Scallion. There's several that are all just like this, just a little bigger or smaller. If you're not here, where are you? If I'm here and you're here, isn't it our time? Huh? That blade edge looks clean. I try to keep some of them clean. Some of them get dirty. I don't use them a lot because I switch a lot, and I've got plenty to switch from. And so since that, it tends to, they don't get as dull or as dirty. I'm one who does wipe them down. If I've got one, I know I'm going to put it on the shelf for a while. I usually will take a rag or my shirt like this, which I start getting holes in my shirt like right there. You see that hole? That's from getting a little too and catching the tip. Why do you do that, Dan? I don't know. Here's a Shipwreck. I've been showing this off. I love it. Shipwrecking process is so fun. Copper or brass gives you these really cool patterns and colors. This is one Lanyard Man did. Really fun. He's got so many chips in his blade, he uses it as a pry bar. What were that little Warncliffs you were anodizing and showing the last stream? Oh, like these right here. This is like the SW701. If you go on Amazon, SW701, I think, S35VN and titanium. I have that one still all wrapped up because I got it nice and anodized. This is the one that I use in my fifth poppet. My fifth poppet and carry. Just a thick, chunky, little fun actual titanium because it anodized. So just a little 1-inch S35VN and titanium knife. I think they're all like 25, 30 bucks. SW701, I believe is what they're called. I don't know if it's some weird knockoff of something that doesn't exist or what. I tried to find something similar, but it's tiny. They're cool. And I was looking for, I just started doing anodizing. I was trying to find budget pieces of titanium. And then I found one of these and I did it up and it worked really good. So then I ended up buying a couple more. I'll be giving that one away pretty soon. They are fun though. I dig a fifth pocket knife when they're little like that. It just, they are cool. I do want to do a dye to this. Anybody have any thoughts? I haven't settled on anything. The yellow is going to definitely affect it. This is the Concept Main Street. I do dye projects. If you haven't seen, I have 59 of them on a playlist. I've dyed 59 knives, fully taken apart, dyed, put back together. This could be number 60. Actually, it probably won't. Probably be 61, 62. I have several on deck, but haven't settled on the color. This is a yellow jade, and when you do a dye, you can only add. I can put colors in here. But if I were to put blue over this, instead of being a nice rich blue, that yellow is going to affect it and give it a little bit of that green tint. So it would end up more of an aqua, teal kind of a blue. If you had enough blue and go dark enough, you could probably get it dark blue. But that yellow is definitely going to affect whatever we do. So that is something that we have to consider. Maybe I'll do a... It's a poor copy of an ADV design, says Ed. I'll have to look that up. I know that chipmunk, bro. I put something in there to do this line on it, but I was in there for like a half hour and it didn't even take. And then I got sidetracked away from it. You know how it is. Squirrel. Squirrel. But Ed says it's a copy of an ADV design. But is it the same size? Is it a micro knife like that? Or is it different? Or I don't know. What color? I'm not sure. Maybe do a fade. I only have one fade still. Well, no, I do have two. The yellow to the red fade on the Concept. I have a light purple to dark purple fade. Kind of hard to tell on camera, but you can see by my finger it's really light purple. And as we get here, it gets thicker and darker, that really dark purple there. Pretty fun. Black and yellow? Huh. So just fade it to black. That's actually not a bad idea. So would I fade to black? So you go black to yellow to silver or yellow to black to silver? What's the model number on the Rough Riders that you shipwrecked? I don't know if they say on there, but it's basically the small lockback is what they call it, like brass small lockback. Rough Rider. There it is. RR. It's backwards for me right now. I can't hold still. Maybe if I just put my nerd glasses on for a second. RR2004. They had two different versions, and I think they're all of like a 1/4 inch different. RR2004. So RR2004 on these little bad boys. Telling me that they turn out great. And the interesting thing about it is I didn't take these apart. Since they're pinned, taking those apart is kind of a different situation, because if you break that pin out, you put a new pin in, now you have to smash the pin down, sand it all down, and now you've kind of ruined the shipwreck you just made. So you can't really take these apart. There's no screws. But I taped up the blade, which I don't even know if is completely necessary, since the shipwreck process really only affects copper and brass. And so it's wet and humid, but it's less than a day. So that doesn't really affect, you can wash the stuff off the blade, and then the blades don't seem to have any marks or any damage. The back spot seems to work. The locks work fine after the fact. So I literally just open it up like this, tape the blade off, and then just do the shipwreck process as is, which kind of saves you a little. Not having to take it apart makes it a little bit easier. I really need to do this one. I'm ready. The big old Towser K in copper. Excellent action. Big old piece of real estate for some cool shipwreck patterns. Probably take that one apart really soon. The Knight's Edge. I'm still live. You're not going live till 9:30 TKE. Well, actually, will it be 9:30 or will it be 9:40? 9:37? I bet you TKE is probably good for about 9:37. Let's make bets. When will TKE's live start today? 9:31? 9:30 on the dot? If you are not subscribed to TKE, The Knight's Edge, he does have a little blue wrench, so he could probably post a link. Although I should ban him. I think his links, I think he posts all the links for him. And none of them are for me. Kenman. That's right. You send it to me, I keep it. Forever. Or at least 3 or 4 months. 1042. Robo Steve. 1042. You hear that? Something popped in the kitchen. I'm here alone. Do I have a sword? I have some swords. Not in front of me. This one's close. This one's close. I mean, what is the length required for a sword? Lanyard man, I hope not. Lanyard man, dude, I am so sorry. I found that Vero that I anodized. I thought I shipped that. I'm an idiot. It's boxed up and ready to go. I have a couple boxes I'm shipping to Lanyard man today to send him back. He sent me a bunch of cool things. I still got to keep a couple of them, and I don't want them all together. I get worried about shipping a bunch of knives together, so it'll be a couple packages so that they're not so expensive. But I still have a couple test videos I want to do for my mini knife shootout, so a couple of the smaller ones I'm going to hang on to for a little bit longer. But pretty much everything else, the larger shipwreck ones like this, and the others, and then of course this one here. Try to enjoy this for as long as I can, but I got to get it back to him. This thing is just so gorgeous. The drop is fantastic. That front flip, full DLC on the Vanex and the titanium. Honeydew texture, just gorgeous. What's the black handle one behind you on the shelf? Top shelf. The very top shelf. This one, I'm guessing, buck 119. Super thick handle, 6-inch blade. One of my favorites. Is this the one you're talking about, Arnaldo? I'll be glad to show you anything you want to see. This one was the top shelf with the black. That's what I'm guessing. Thank you for subscribing, Cal. Thank you for subscribing, Inked Queen. Yes, Arnaldo. This is one of my absolute favorites. The USA made buck 119. They've been making this exact style for 40 plus years. You see it in movies like Scream, Friday the 13th Part 4. That thick handle is just sick. TKE needs to go get the fire started for his smoke signal internet. What's the best knife to send my neighbors a message? What kind of message do you want to send? I would say this one here, because you can be like, hey, I have a blade, and it also has two. And they're like, what? A 2-blade knife? But wait, there's more. A 3-blade, I'm sorry, a 4. And you just kind of hang out in the yard. I got a 4-blade knife. That's what you do. Or you do what Melissa does. Did you guys see Melissa's video? Someone sent her a ballistic head. Absolutely hilarious. It's like the full actual ballistic heads that they use with like fake bones or whatever, that are specifically designed for tests for like if you shoot them or whatever, it's accurate to like how it affects a human. She's got it out in her backyard on her deck, and she's looking at it, and she grabs a knife and stabs it in the shoulder, and then it's like, hey Melissa, how's it going? And it's like her neighbor, and she's like, what are you doing over there? Internet is faster than yours, I bet, Robo. 550 megabytes per second. Go speed test yours real quick and share the results. I'm getting a new computer. I upgraded, but I need to get a better one. My CPU is getting maxed out when I'm doing stuff, so I need to figure that out. Where's the Crocodile Dundee knife? It's on the way. It's on the way. I mean, this one's close because you can be like, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Although that's not very Crocodile Dundee. People haven't asked much about a Crocodile Dundee. This style, this is close. This is close. This is very bushcrafty. A lot of people do ask about the Rambo knife. And to be honest, I caved and I ordered one. So the Rambo knife will be coming soon. When no one else is using the phone, I get 14.2. That's a machete. That's a machete. Right? Full-on machete. Got some damages. This is a kukri machete. Makes real short work of bushwhacking stuff. But that kukri shape with that forward edge where it just sweeps forward like that, boom, it just gets in there when you're doing your cutting, boom, it works. Jason approved. 100% Jason approved. Mini kukri. Almost. I saw you the first time yesterday in a live. I'll follow you forever. I love what you do. I also like knives. I'm a musician and a martial artist. Awesome. What kind of musician are you? I've been playing guitar since the 80s. Ooh, yikes. Not professionally, but I enjoy it. I've always had fun. I actually play drums a little. I have a rolling drum kit downstairs that is collecting dust right now. It's fun. We'll see how it does with guests. Ron from Rob's Nerdy Knives is supposed to show up today. TK's got a special guest at 9:42. This is the Kaiser Mini Grouper button lock, but it's not a button lock. Whoops. This is a button actuated liner lock. We look right inside there. You can see when I push the button, if I can get the right angle, there it is. You can see that liner lock moves over. They do have a new version of this with D2 and like a green G10 handle. This one's Nitro V with the carbon fiber inlay. But they need to make more of the button actuated liner locks or the button top liner locks. They are great. Would you move to the UK? I'd have to have a reason to move to the UK. I would gladly come and visit. Chances are slim though. I like being kind of close to family. Actually, I live in Minnesota now. I lived in Los Angeles for, I don't know, 8-9 years. And once grandma wasn't doing as well and my sister started having kids, I kind of wanted to be, I'm kind of into the family. I like to be around, be able to visit, see them, see how they're doing, have fun, meet up on holidays. And so living further away makes that kind of difficult. And so I ended up moving back to Minnesota, and I'm pretty happy here, even though it gets cold in the winter. I have job opportunities in Guam. One of my best friends lives out in Guam, and I could move out there right now and have a good job and probably have a great time. But it's in Guam. It's in the middle of the ocean. It's far away. The chances of me being able to leave there and visit family on a regular basis are slim. And that's kind of important to me, to be able to be close. What is my most expensive? My most expensive, or the most expensive one here? Most expensive one here is probably either this Chavez that Rene Ramon sent that I'm going to be doing a custom to pretty soon. He beats this thing up, but we're going to do some fun stuff to that titanium really soon. Pay attention to that. I have the Kunwu S-Tau 2. Full DLC, Vanex, and Honeydew titanium lefty version, but this is Lanyard Man's. I'm going to be shipping this out as probably pretty much the last time I'll be opening and closing this thing, and it'll be gone. But he sent it to me to enjoy for at least a few days, which I have. It is an awesome knife. I am a lefty, so anything where they're making full lefties definitely makes it. Hits me right here. Toast has a sword from the 1600s. Here, I got a couple more. 1 second. 1 second. I'm actually a little upset because I had this sword out and I was dumb. I had this out, I was showing it off. I've had this for 20 years. I had it leaned up against something and it fell over and it broke my guard. And I'm pretty pissed. I don't know, it's going to be tough to find a replacement for it. But this is a handmade, hand-folded handgun. You can see that Hamon line on there. Gorgeous full-size katana, wrapped handle. We've got the Stingray inlay on there. Just a beauty. Unfortunately, now I need to replace that. It was painful. I saw it and I was like, oh no, like it just was sitting and just tipped and why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you? That one's actually old. Why don't lightsabers have Beskar cross guards? Because Beskar is expensive and rare and hard to find. What's up, Leafy Wiggy? Go back to the mall and buy another one. Grey Jedi, that is not a mall katana. That is a handmade, hand-forged, hand-folded katana. Over 20 years ago, it was almost 600. Something like that. But yeah, it's legit. That's no doubt real. I have one. I'd have to find it, but I have one that's like a $20 mall one, and it's 100%. You can tell the difference. It's significant. I do have this bad boy. I don't know much about it. This was given to me by someone that knew that I liked sharp things. Nice craftsmanship right there. Nice short little, right? If you look, you can see it's not perfect. There are some little stuff, so that's how you can tell like whether it was just cut out of like a stamp, where they're the really cheap ones. It's just basically cut. Edge is terrible. You can tell that there wasn't really any shaping done on it. Again, does it have a lot of value? It's cool, right? That's all that matters. It sits there. It's on. I can see it down below my TV on my entertainment center. I take it out, check it out every once in a while, and enjoy it. Got the shorty, cold steel version. I don't have everything someone would dream to have. I am kind of missing. Would be nice to have a fun girl standing next to me here. We could hang out afterwards. The cold steel Koboon, right, Tyler? That's right. I got this thing. God, had to be mid-2000s, I would say. I think probably 2007, 2008. Never really used it. Just got it because I thought it looked cool. Looks like a little mini katana. Had it in the collection. Around the same time, was kind of into stuff like that. This is the CRKT Strike. Still first strike. Look at how thick that beast is. Just thick. You had one when you were a kid, right? That's about how old that thing is for sure. These are fun though, right? This one you could take outdoors and like you could probably baton the hell out of this thing. Put this down and ba-pow, ba-pow, ba-pow. Lanyard Man, what's your plans for the Yojimbo? You mean you're gonna let me do something to that? I thought I just got to look at it. Are you telling me? Crap. This thing? You're actually going to let me do something to this? I thought I was just checking it out and sending it back. I mean, yeah, why not? I'd be in. What's the blue one on the table? I guess this is the only blue one. Is this the one you speak of, Toast? Walter White, I am the danger. That's great. Dude, Lanyard Man, I misunderstood. I knew you sent some stuff, some cool things to look at. I just was unaware that I was actually going to be able to do something to that. Holy smokes. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Toast. This is the original poop knife. Stainless steel core, dishwasher safe, turd cutting machine. If you watch my unboxing of it, I did a field test. Luckily, it was a brownie. Got a nice brownie on the table. Got a good cut. Got a good push. Went through nice. Smear factor was a little heavy. But I had to give it a solid review. I'm not one who's capable of making something where I've ever required said device, but I am a collector, so why wouldn't I have one? For when the log dams the river. But right next to it, this one's been kind of hot. This pen, Italian Koje Nu, Italy. It's a pen, right? Not a pen. Heavy spring-loaded action. You just kind of open it up and you are pointy. Toad sticker. Pig poker. Anybody ever seen one of these? A friend of mine gave this to me all of, early 2000s. Wow. Pretty fun stuff. Paul Bunyan's Big Blue Turd Cutter. I have a couple. Here's a karambit. Double-edged. Got that gnarly serrate on one side. I actually tagged my hand with this one. Spin it around. Caught my meat of my thumb. Have been kind of nervous to mess with it ever since because that hook is just gnarly. Pizza in the oven for breakfast. That sounds fantastic. I'm in. Can I have a slice? Someone posted they saw my Gerber, this little thing. They said they were using it in the kitchen. Anybody have one of these little Gerbers? I picked this up when I hung out with Titanium Justin. We went to Shields. And I just saw it. I like cleavers, and this just, you know, has a nice feel in the hand. I need to use it. It's got some weight, little mass behind it. Tell me that's not a cool looking little chode. What haven't we looked at in a while? The QSP Gavial. Look at that. Two-tone blade. Gavial is a fish-eating crocodile. If you see, it's got that kind of crocodile profile. Long, pointy blade. Nice drop. Flicks out easy. Got a real big contoured handle. QSP Gavial. Haven't really seen too many of these. It is cool. What is the smallest knife? That's probably, I'm going to guess, actually the Cinder might be smaller. Total size, it's probably this one here. The Concept Mini Corvid Cleaver. Looks huge right there, but it is small. Do I have an automatic switch? Oldest knife. Another of the smallest would be the Civi, or the Kershaw Cinder. That is a very short blade as well. I'm going to do a shipwreck on that. CRK Lanyard Man, I don't think I have handled any CRKs. What is the name of which one? This one was the Concept Mini Corvid Cleaver. And this one is the Kershaw Cinder. Little keychain knife right here. This is an Italian-made stiletto. Ready? Pow. Oh, dang it. I caught myself again. My hands are too big. Boom. There you go. Fast deploying, Italy. This is, you can get this off of Blade HQ. This is probably actually the smallest. Now that I think about it, yeah. Smallest knife is a full out the side opening auto stiletto. Tell me that's not fun though. What was my first blade? And do I have an Opinel? I have an Opinel. It's for the collection. I respect it, but I will not be carrying it. It's not really my style. I don't like the feel of it. It's like a dowel. But I do have one. My oldest knife, that's my second oldest knife. But the very first knife I actually got, I might have got like one of these little small, you know, you get something like this as a kid with those little teeny little junker ones that I don't remember or have. But my first actual knife that I have and remember, if I can find it, it's impossible to find things sometimes when you have knives everywhere. Where in the literal crap? There it is. I'm pretty sure this is the first knife that I got that I still actually have. It's a Boy Scout knife. So you got your basic blade there. You've got your can opener, bottle opener, screwdriver, little lanyard clip. This did get some rust on it. It is old. I kind of cleaned it up. Doesn't look too bad. But this is technically the oldest one in my collection. I also got this when I was a kid. This was rusted out and I just fixed it up. I won this at a carnival. This is my prize carnival knife that everyone seems to be talking about. It has brass, walnut, and then it's a cheap stainless Pakistan full of pits because it was completely covered with rust. Young Dan bent that tip. I need to resharpen it, but it's one that I'll never sell. I just love it. It looks cool. People seem to ask about it a lot too. It's unreplaced, or it's the most rare as far as you can't replace it because I can't go back to the 80s and find that. And then I've got the memories of me running around with it as a kid. My son likes swords and karambits and interesting high-end knives. What should I get him for the holidays? How much do you want to spend? If it's your son and he's just looking for fun stuff, there's a lot of weird stuff out of there. It's cheap. You know, you can buy something as weird as a folding hatchet for $17. Is it a good knife? Is it a solid user? No. Is it a cool item? Yes. You know, you can buy silly stuff. I mean, kids like weird things. So a kid might love a $10 knife that looks like a dragon that has oil all over it, but it's a gas station cheapo. If you're looking for something that he can use and like, and maybe want to not spend a lot of money, then that's a different thing. There's a lot of great knives for budget right now. If he's a young kid, it might be good to just start off with like some type of a simple knife like this where they get to learn about knives. There's no lock to it, like a Case Sodbuster Jr. Or if you want to just step right up, get them like a Pyrite. It's just simple, everyday carry. The Pyrites are around $45 for this version here. Everyone needs a Boker Mermaid in the collection. I don't have the Boker Mermaid, but I have a cheaper, crappier version. Right? Tell me that's not mildly ridiculous. So it depends. Do you want to get a knife that he's going to use, kind of learn about knives, learn how they work? Or are you looking, is he just, like at me, I'm a kid, I like weird, crazy stuff. You can buy these junk tack knives that are just ridiculous. It's someone who just likes ridiculous, oversized, stupid knives. It's not something I'm going to carry and use, but I put it in my collection. Ooh, 920. Who's going to watch The Knight's Edge? He's going live in a few minutes. The Ozark Grail Trail. Yeah, you could just go to Walmart and buy the $10 knife. That could be a good starter for a kid. The Ozark Trail Grail knife. It's got a crossbar lock, D2. Really fidgety, easy to actuate. And $10. You could beat this up. It gets dull. You just throw it away and buy a new one for $10 practically. Nick's about to go get the Christmas tree. He practices as he's 16, $200 or under. Wow, that's kind of a nice... Dude, go to Kaiser. You got a budget like that and you want to get something that's just good and he might love, get a Kaiser. If he has smaller hands, I'd get like... The Kaiser Milita is a win. It's just a straight up win. So this is the full-size Milita. It's got a larger hand. Action is great on that. Drops easy. You have a front flipper, but you also have that thumb out hole, or you can flick it out like that. It's got good drops. You can just drop it right to your thumbnail. And if it has smaller hands, and that's a little bit big, you can get the mini. A little bit smaller. These start around $45, or you can get the premium one with the zirconium inlay for like $180. TK is about to come on. That means it's time for me to start my morning projects. Have a great day. Yeah, Fook, I'm going to be ending in a couple minutes here. We'll go over and kind of join TKE. But, dude, Kaiser Milita, Mini Milita, if he has smaller hands, works just as good as the big one. Great action, feels good. You have so many different styles with the inlays and stuff like that. They're going to give out, or they're going to be selling different inlays you can swap out. The wee banter is fantastic, or you get a baby banter. I have the baby banter with the Warncliffe. This is a great smaller knife. Flicks out good. Just a good choke up spot on there. That Warncliffe, you get that point in and do a lot of work. The clear Lexan version looks rad on this one here. Yeah, I've got the Macarudi wood. Great stuff. This is a new one too. If you like those crossbars, the CJRB Acacia. Although it got me. It got me. Every time we've got those crossbars and we're getting in there with my big hand, my meat got in the way and it tagged me. Pyrite has never done that. Check out Finch knives. Yeah, I've heard there's some cool Finch knives. Those are the traditionals. You can go like a Rosecraft. This is the Rosecraft swayback, Clinch River swayback, slip joint, cool choke up spot, D2 blade steel, nice half stop. Kind of that traditional style. QSP Penguin. You can get a Penguin for anywhere from 30 up to more higher priced. This is the brass version I did a Shipwreck on, but Penguins are a really nice kind of a budget kind of starter knife. Protec's killing it right now. Dye projects. Lots of custom stuff on the channel. Hold on a second here. See if I could find that last 6, 4, 1 second. Yeah, just get him a Max Ace Goliath. 150 bucks, absolute hog. Be the biggest knife ever. Boom, look at that. Whoops. What's a good $50 knife with a balanced blade shape design, looking for a decent size? Bigger, 50 bucks. Towser K. Kaiser Towser K is a larger knife. Look at this action. Drop it to your thumb. Boom, it just drops shut. It's a bigger knife. Here's the Towser K in copper. Here is the Towser K in rich light. Same action. Here's the Towser K in micarta. I love it. I bought all these. Kaiser does send me some stuff, but I bought all of these. I love the Towser K. Bigger knife, good choke up spot for like a larger blade. Ugh, the action is great. Look at that. Boom. Go look at Kaiser. They have a lot of great sales right now. You can probably find tons of cool stuff. Isn't this Kaiser great? I mean, boom. My favorite Towser K, though, is the White Mountain Knives version with the Frag Titanium 154 CM and the Kaiser Clutch Lock. Love it. It's fantastic. SA Masquerade, appreciate it. Okay, Vision FG. Oh, yeah, whoever was asking. If you like this style, check out the Vision FG. It's got the super lock on the back. You can get these for $70 to $100. Fun action, flicks out. It works with both left or right because it's right in the middle of the back. But the Vision FG is sick. Much appreciated. All right, I'm going to shut it down. I know that the Night's Edge is going to be starting his live in a couple minutes. He goes on 9:30 regularly every Saturday. Go check him out if you haven't. Mike's Knives is trying to get to his next milestone number. Go check out his channel. A lot of great channels on here. Get the Vision FG, says Lanyard Man. He is right. I don't have any Midgard's Messer. Oh, and if you can, if you're going up that price, get yourself a Demko 80-20.5. Super clickety, clackety, fidgety, fun. I love this knife. I was thinking more budgets for you, but then you did say up to 200. These are like 150, but I think they're on sale right now. Super fidget, super click, super flick out. Demkos are sick. Have a great day, Kathleen. Justin, what's up? I'm about to let go. TKE is about to start. I just wanted to get on for a little bit. I've been loving doing these vertical lives. Been getting a lot of good feedback, meeting a lot of new people, answering a lot of fun questions. More custom stuff coming in the future. Apparently, Lanyard Man wants me to do something with this Spyderco, so we're going to be doing some anodizing, laser marking combination. I don't know, maybe a fade. That'll be coming up soon. Pretty exciting stuff. Tons of knives. More stuff coming. I got that Kaiser unboxing soon. I got a Rambo knife on the way. I got another huge Bowie knife that I'm excited to check out. So many good things. Having a blast. Thank you all so much. Hit that like button if you had a good time. Check out some of my videos. Hope to see you all soon. Have a great weekend. I'll probably see you later tonight or tomorrow. Take care.